From the studios of Books in Motion, this is Janean Jorgensen reading It's Murder, My Son, a Mac Faraday Mystery by Lauren Carr. Now let's begin with It's Murder, My Son. Prologue. Deep Creek Lake in Spencer, Maryland. The sitcom was senseless. That didn't matter. Katrina was too tense to handle anything with depth. The hot bath and martini had failed to soothe her nerves. She ran the water until steam filled the master bathroom. The Weather Channel had predicted that the severe winter storm would hit around midnight and continue through the next day. Spotting storm clouds on the horizon, Katrina anticipated waking to white-out conditions. Buried in a thick white blanket would be her last memory of Deep Creek Lake. After a long soak in the tub, Katrina slipped into her red silk bathrobe and combed out her long black hair. Tenderly, she rubbed the most expensive anti-aging moisturizer over each inch of her olive flesh. Her beauty had earned her millions. That made it worth preserving at all costs. Time for a third martini before bed. She wondered if she would hear from her husband before she fell asleep. He had told her that he would be working late in the city. Like I don't know what you've been working late on. Go ahead, get snowed in with Rachel for Valentine's Day. Enjoy it while you can. After completing her nightly beauty routine, she returned downstairs to the home theater, where she got sucked into a verbal exchange between a husband and wife about their teenage son's sexy girlfriend. A noise outside made her jump out of the recliner. She glanced at the clock. Almost 9. Could Chad have decided to come out when I mentioned my appointment with the divorce lawyer? Maybe he does love my money more than he loves Rachel. She listened. Nothing except the wind signaling the blizzard's approach. Maybe I should call David. No, it wouldn't look good if Chad found him here. He's already suspicious. The German shepherd began scratching at the back door. Not again, you damn dog. When you aren't wanting out or in, you're digging up the backyard. With a groan, she pulled herself out of the recliner and let the dog out onto the patio. As long as she was up, she poured herself another martini and admired her reflection in the mirror behind the bar before returning to her seat for another sitcom. Her mind sucked in by the television, Katrina was unprepared to fight when her killer attacked and pinned her down by her throat. "Did you really think I was going to let you leave?" she heard through the roar in her ears while gasping her last breath. Chapter 1. 3 months later. The Valentine's Day blizzard that had paralyzed the East Coast for almost a week was only a memory when Mac Faraday drove between the stone pillars marking the entrance to Spencer Manor. In the heart of Maryland, the cedar and stone home rested at the end of the most expensive piece of real estate on Deep Creek Lake. The peninsula housed a half-dozen lake houses that grew in size and grandeur along the stretch of Spencer Coast. The road ended at the stone pillars, marking the multi-million-dollar estate that had been the birthplace and home of the late Robin Spencer, one of the world's most famous authors. While packing up his handful of belongings in his 2-bedroom, 3rd-floor walk-up in Georgetown, Mac Faraday envisioned his arrival into high society. He would pull up to the front door of Spencer Manor in his red Dodge Viper. Then the front doors would open, and Ed Willingham, the senior partner of Willingham and Associates, would welcome him into his new home.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?